Hi, I'm Nan, and welcome back to Sketch and Yap. And on this session of Sketch and Yap, I'm actually doing something I've never done before on Sketch and Yap, which is not difficult to do since I'm only like 7 sessions in. But I'm doing an art trade with Deserae at avocado_circles on YouTube. I'm really excited because I've actually not seen her half of the trade yet, and she hasn't seen my half of the trade yet, and so this is like we're both going in blind. But anyway, we decided we wanted to do a trade because I had drawn Grayson in my 1,000 subscribers special, and she talked about it in one of her videos and like shouted me out and was like, if you ever want to do an art trade, hit me up. And so I was like, yes, I love art trades. And so I did, and she's had the patience of a saint with me because I take forever on stuff. But yeah, now it's done, and I'm here to talk about it and show the process. So for this trade, what we decided we would do was, give ourselves free reign of whichever of our OCs we wanted to draw the most, and to make AUs for them based on like swapping their worlds/universes or whatever. So like she's drawing 2 of my characters, Javi and Shoren, in her OC like story universe, and I'm drawing her characters, Ozzy and Noah, in mine. So that's what you're seeing here now, is me planning that out. So just to briefly summarize the setting for my character's universe, just so you can understand where my thought process was with drawing these 2 like this. My characters are in sort of like a sort of crime noir, like mafia centered, like gritty, I don't know, crime-focused universe in like a modern setting. And so that's the world setting that I was working with these characters. And now, so let me read off the information that Deserae sent to me about her characters so that you can know like about them a little bit, and also so I can explain better like why I decided to do what I did with this AU. Ozzy is a huge, strong man who loves a good sandwich. He also goes to college with Noah, being the second top student of the entire fighting sector. He's been training to be a soldier ever since young childhood, determined to be able to help anyone and everyone he possibly can. He loves showing off his muscles, flexing in moments that would objectively make no sense unless you were in his mind. And more than that, he loves spending quality time with friends. He met Noah in middle school and has been friends with him ever since. Silly fun fact about Ozzy, he basically knows literally everybody, or at least has had a brief conversation with them. Lead bassist of a popular boy band? Yeah, he has lunch with them every few months. Government official that ordains housing in a specific area? Absolutely, his dad introduced him a few years back. He constantly shocks his friends with his alarmingly wide scope of connections, let alone with how many he remembers and keeps up with. And as for Noah, extraordinarily chill and down-to-earth guy who loves a good fantasy book to wind down. He goes to college specifically to become a government soldier, helping to dedicate his time to helping children escape horrible situations, unrelated to the monsters at the edge of their society. Ranking-wise, he is in the top 8 students, being in the team just below his childhood friend Ozzy. While he isn't on the same team, he and Ozzy still dedicate a lot of time together, whether it's training, chatting, or straight up being little menaces to their other friends. It's all good fun. Fun fact about Noah, while his ability has to be kept a secret, let it be known that he is a huge prankster and he uses his ability to his highest advantage. He knows that his low-key personality makes people choose his other friends as the culprit first, and loves the moment when people realize that he was, in fact, the one who put your favorite mechanical pencil in the toothbrush cup in the bathroom. He also likes to sit in chairs like a silly goober, backwards, legs over the arm of the chair, etc. And for a description of their dynamic, Ozzy, Noah, and another of Desiree's characters, Slate, have been friends since childhood. They love to goof and hang out literally all the time, and they literally cannot stop cracking jokes and making each other laugh. Ozzy and Noah, out of the 3 of them, are the more silly prankster types. There have been many an interaction where Noah said silly things to Ozzy just to see how long he'll try to play along before he cracks, and vice versa. Now that they all go to Firesgate together, the most expensive college in their entire nation, where students hone their fighting skills and special abilities to fight monsters and criminals for the government, they all value the time spent together more than ever due to all the classes and training they partake in weekly. Noah, unfortunately, gets a lot of, so to say, canon events that happen to him, but with the magic of friendship, they all always make it out okay. Probably. So thanks to Deserae for writing up those summaries for me. That made reading about them a lot easier, and also figuring out what I was and wasn't allowed to say within the video. She wasn't strict or anything like that, but there's some stuff with her story that is spoilers, and so I am privy to spoilers. I'm privy to confidential information. Oh my god, you guys. But point being, that's the information that you need to know about these characters to figure out, I guess, what my thought process was with my finished piece for this art trade. So my OCs in this setting are 2 hitmen and a mafia cleaner and accountant, and so their story focuses more on the criminal side of the world, and so I thought it might be fun, since Ozzy and Noah come from a background of wanting to help people and training to help people, if I would focus on maybe the more law-abiding side of this universe. So my thought process was Ozzy as a police rookie, think big police vest and real muscular and stuff. Noah as an undercover informant, think more sneaky, stealthy, blend in with the crowd attire. Both have always been interested in fighting the extremely high crime rates in their city, but Noah took a different path than Ozzy for physical reasons, as in to avoid the physicals required upon entering the police force. Ozzy is still weirdly well connected with people, but in this AU, he's well connected with all sorts of organizations, including the mafia itself. So his vast network would give him a leg up on the path to becoming a police detective. Unbeknownst to the police chief, though, Noah has been helping him make those connections from the outside as an undercover informant. Although he's a civilian, he's got the kind of lax attitude to remain calm, even in tense situations where his life would be on the line, and so they make an excellent team. They're not taken very seriously by the people around them due to their silly and unserious nature, which lets them perfectly slip by undetected under the watchful eye of the chief. Unbeknownst to anyone but the 2 of them, in between trying to take down organized crime rings, they're investigating the corrupt undercurrent running deep throughout the police force that potentially goes all the way to the top. This is the main reason why Ozzy works with Noah and why they have to keep their alliance unknown to everyone else in the force. So, yeah, my thoughts were that I wanted to make them be part of the, quote-unquote good guys, but, everybody in this universe, every organization is just messed up, because, yay, crime, anyway, I feel like there's no way, a mafia could function in a city and have a police force that's not super fucking corrupt, right? But, I want these 2 to be just, unequivocally good, and they're really trying to figure out the root of all the problems and work together to solve them. And so my idea was to draw them sort of at a corner of a building, at an intersection, because I wanted the composition to show that they're meeting from diametrically opposed sort of standpoints, where maybe Noah's hanging out with seedier crowds and stuff most of the time, and Ozzy's hanging out with the police most of the time, and they can only meet every once in a while in secret to share information about people that they have connections with, and sort of do that sort of red string Pepe Sylvia mailroom board, from Always Sunny. And so I wanted the composition even to sort of indicate that, and so that's why I kind of split it perfectly down the middle, one half super shadowed, one half not, and yeah, I tried a new method, getting a little bit into the art specifically, but I tried a new method for sketching the bodies, which was to just go with silhouettes, because I tried that last time and it worked out really well for me. I feel like it helped me keep proportions more accurate than focusing on trying to do the outline. So I think I combined that method from, there was the viral lasso tool trick that went around on the JP side of art Twitter a couple months ago, and then also actually raise like sketchbooks where they do the outlines and stuff, like they do blobs with highlighter and then they sketch over that. I think it's kind of a combination of the two where it made me realize, oh, maybe the trick to sketching is doing a silhouette first, because that can help you keep things proportionate. And yeah, I think it does. I really like this method. I'm definitely going to be using it a lot more because relying way less on the liquify tool, I think, than before. I also kind of wanted to show this time more of like my brainstorming process. So that's what that first clip was the brainstorming, I guess, of figuring out what they would look like in this AU, which was not really difficult because it's just Ozzy in a police uniform and Noah in like a hoodie and a hat. But I realized I don't often show my thumbnailing process for like illustrations. And so, yeah, this time I did that after I drew sort of their sketches so I could refer to what I want them to look like at like different angles. I thumbnailed this composition with just blobs of grayscale. It's enough to differentiate stuff, helps you get the vision out, I guess, before you then go into the actual sketch. I definitely recommend doing that. I don't often show that on this channel because I feel like it's kind of boring, but I think it's probably wise to explain that, yeah, I do that. I do that, and it saves a lot of time during the sketching process to have a vague, rough idea of what you want to do. So I definitely recommend it if you are newer to like doing finished illustrations and stuff and like want to get like a composed piece. Always recommend thumbnailing because, yeah, you save yourself a lot of time and headache if you just do shit real messy first just to figure out composition, where you want things, and then go into the sketching. I went a little out of my comfort zone this time with like doing sort of perspective, top-down perspective. I've done plenty of perspective stuff before. It's usually, though, I do lower and looking up perspective. I don't know why top-down makes me so nervous. I feel like I just fuck it up every time. At least with like looking up, you can sort of bullshit it, just make it wider at the bottom and, you know, skinnier at the top. But sometimes if you do that too much when it's looking down and you have like the scale of things at the bottom, like the ground, you can see the slant of the ground. It looks a lot wonkier, I think, if you do it wrong. But I think I managed to figure it out okay. And, you know, Deserae and I had talked and we both agreed on the terms of like half body, shading and lighting, maybe simple background. So I figure the background is simple enough and it didn't need to be more complex or, I don't know, perfect. Even though I stressed about it, I figure it's better to try to draw a background and maybe flop a little bit than to not even try at all. Because at least you learn something and you know what not to do the next time. But yeah, I had so much fun drawing these two. Of all of the characters that she showed me, I gravitated towards these two, like, immediately, because one, like, the first, she sent me, like, a bunch of different images of her OCs, and the first image she sent me was a picture of Noah riding, like, a little, like, tiny-ass little, like, Vespa thing, like, way too small for his, like, lanky body, and it just made me laugh, and I was like, okay, he's silly as fuck, I have to draw this guy. And then, you know, Ozzy, I'm just like, I love muscles, gotta draw a muscly man, you know, when given the opportunity, and then finding out that they're, like, middle school friends, I'm like, oh my god, childhood friends, let's fucking go! I have to admit, I don't know what any sort of relationship dynamics in Desiree's, like, story are. This is completely me just fujoing out in my own brain, okay? We're not taking this as like, oh my god, they're a ship, they're a couple, whatever. It's not, I have no idea what the circumstances are. I just see childhood friends and I think, to lovers? That's like my favorite trope, but you know, that's just my own. So like that, like rang alarm bells in me and I'm like, oh, I want to draw them so bad. She gave me a lot of options for characters. I feel bad. I have like fucking, I don't know, less than 10 characters, and so I didn't give her that much to work with, but hopefully she had fun. It's really, like I said, she had the patience of a saint because she finished like so quickly and she was waiting for me to hurry up and get my ass in gear. She didn't pressure me at all, like with anything. She was just so sweet. She's like, no, it's fine. I understand you're human. That's a plenty quick turnaround time. But I was just like, I'm like used to, because like, okay, I've done a lot of art trades. Like in the past, I did a lot of them when I was a wee lad on DeviantArt. I was on Guy Online for a long time, did a lot of art trades there, did a lot of art trades on Toy House, even recently having done art trades on Toy House. You know, I like art trades. I like drawing something for someone else and getting art in return. To me, it's more fun than commissions. I'd rather do an art trade than a commission any day, because I just like to see people's reactions to what I draw. I don't know. I think it makes me really happy if I portray their characters well. But point being with that, I've done many an art trade in my day, and almost every time I've been the one to finish my half first. And so to be the one that someone's waiting on to finish is like, oh, it's so much pressure. I don't know how people do that. I always like rush to like get mine done, but this time I had other art commitments that I had to finish first before I could get to starting on this one. So she's been waiting ever so patiently to like post her half of this, and so I really hope you will give it a watch. I'll link it in the description and also put it in the pinned comment, so that you can go watch it after you're done watching this, or right now, whatever, I don't care. Fucking analytics, who cares? Watch time interruptions don't bother me. I stop stuff and start watching it again all the time. It's whatever. Yeah, with these AU designs, I kept them pretty simple, because again, it's like more of a grounded world setting, I think, even though it is ridiculous in like the levels of crime that like people are just openly, brazenly getting away with. Think like Black Lagoon levels of like crime nonsense anime bullshit. Anyway, for these designs, I wanted to think about like things that could tie them back to their original world setting. And they mostly have like normal-ish looking clothes from all of the art that Deserae showed me, like mostly modern looking clothes. And so I still went with that vibe, but I went with something more full coverage for Noah, so he'd be harder to identify. So he's got a mask that he's like pulling down and talking to Ozzy, and Ozzy's pretending to talk into his little police badge speaker, just so when he talks back it doesn't look anything suspicious or whatever. And so that's like the way that they're covertly communicating. But also, I made like the logo on Noah's hat an F, and I also made the badge on Ozzy's arm say FPD, because Firesgate, is the school that they're going to together in the actual canon setting of like Desiree's story. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll make it like the name of the town, or like maybe the name of I don't know, last name of a famous person or something, whatever, in this world setting. So it's like Firesgate Police Department, and then maybe Firesgate College or something like that, that Noah's got on his hat. And yeah, just little touches like that to like make it like call back to their original world setting. I like making AUs a lot. I think honestly, genuinely, it's easier for me to make an AU than it is to make my own story setting. I got like terminal fanfic brain, so like I think I just need like the base to work with, and then once I have that, I can think of like infinite possibilities for the characters, like the settings you've given me. It's just when I don't have it that I that I struggle with writing anything. But yeah, I think the fact that like Deserae and like her fiance's story, it's really like full of like little mysterious nuggets of intrigue. Again, I'm privy to confidential information. I'm like flipping my hair. I'm privy to some spoilers, but a lot of the stuff she still hasn't told me either. Like, she wants to keep it a surprise. And I think that like those little tantalizing nuggets of mystery actually make it way more interesting to make an AU for, because so much of it is based on speculation on my part. And so, like, from the little bits she's shared publicly about the story, it seems like, not everything's as it seems within the, within Firesgate. And so I'm kind of like, ooh, corruption within the system. And so that's where, my little bait and switch with the, yeah, they're working with the police, but also the police are corrupt and they have to figure out, where the source of the corruption is and take it from the bottom. They gotta climb to the top and take it all down. Just seems like a really fun idea for like a story. It would be like a buddy cop kind of story, but obviously, Noah's not a cop. So I was initially playing with the idea of Noah also being like a police officer or like some other sort of, I don't know, administrative position within the police force. But when, the description of like their characters mentions them being in different classes or like different groups, that kind of gave me the idea of what if I like really differentiate it, but they're like working towards the same cause, so that sort of brings them back together, because I thought that would be really fun. I didn't want to do like cop and criminal, because they don't have that sort of dynamic of antagonism between them. They're clearly allies from what Deserae has described, and so that's why I wanted to sort of give you that impression that, oh my god, no, they're not together, but like, yeah, they're working together. It's just they have to do it covertly for plot reasons, kind of thing. Moving on to the coloring, by the way, Deserae made like these little color palettes for me for the characters, which made me really grateful because I love being able to just directly eyedrop colors so I don't mess up anything. She also made these like lovely formatted little character info cards. She put so much effort into this. I just gave some slap. I fucking slapped some PNGs together and was like, here you go, like rushing to do that after she had done this for me. I feel really bad. I was like a terrible art collab partner. I'm sorry, Desiree, but thank you again for putting up with me. Yeah, side little tangent here, I guess, sort of about just composition and sort of thinking of ideas for illustrations. I am trying to get more into using composition to sort of say stuff about the characters that, the actual illustration itself doesn't really say. So like for this piece, like I mentioned, I wanted to do them sort of diametrically opposed, where I have like the darker shading on one side and the light on the other. And I also, once I get to the background, you'll see I did a poster behind Noah and then some graffiti behind Ozzy. And the graffiti behind Ozzy is purple and the poster behind Noah has hints of orange. And so it's like sort of to signal that they're like on each other's side, I wanted to also make it so that Ozzy was standing more straight up, sort of tilted backwards, looking up, while Noah is sort of tilted forwards, looking down to like, balance each other out. They have both some crossover into the other side, so like Ozzy's shoulder is crossing onto Noah's side and Noah's shoulder is crossing onto Ozzy's side. So again, to indicate they're like on each other's sides, like visually, with visual language. I feel so silly when I talk about this stuff, but it is really fascinating how much of art is like quite literally a language, especially when it's character illustration. I think if you draw character illustrations, I definitely, if you're not already watching Naoki Saito's channel, get on it. Like, godsend of a channel. All of his illustration corrections have like taught me so much about art and about like composition, about what certain methods and techniques and perspectives and shape language can tell a viewer that you're trying to communicate. And yeah, just watching his channel has made me realize how much of art is a language. Like, the lines communicate things. I sound deranged when I say it like this, but the thickness of a line can indicate how much in shadow something is in comparison to the rest of the lines. Certain color choices can indicate a mood. Certain compositions can give a sense of unease or of peace or of whatever. And this is all stuff that like I kind of was aware of, because you hear people talking about it when they like view art and critique art and stuff like that, but like being able to actually understand what is being said is really helpful. and implementing that into your own art can help communicate more things. I still got a long way to go with that. I haven't practiced nearly enough with composition, with color theory, with shape language, with like just so much of this stuff. There's a reason people recommend you learn all this stuff, but I feel like they don't necessarily always tell you why it's important. And why all this stuff is important is just for communication. You're communicating something to the viewer without words, so you're using the stuff as a language. But yeah, of course I'm saying that and drawing just like middle school level composition stuff. But hey, you gotta start somewhere, okay? You gotta start somewhere. I started here. I mean, I've started other places too, and I still have a lot to learn. Sometimes it's just go with your gut or whatever. It's not that deep, but yeah. Moving into the shading, I tried something a little bit new-ish with this, where after I, shaded, I ended up adding like an edge to the shading with like a warmer red tone and setting it to multiply, and it sort of made it look softer with the shading, more blurred out, more nostalgic feeling. I don't know how to describe it. I went with cell shading again, of course, because that's my that's my ride or die, especially on this channel. I don't like to render. I feel too embarrassed to render in speed paints because I never know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm just like slopping around. But also because I think with the strength of the lighting that I was going for, cell shading made the most amount of sense in my brain. It's a lot harsher, and I wanted it to be pretty direct sunlight. And so, yeah, I did my best. Another thing to mention, when I was putting that brick texture on, I don't know if you saw, but I put it on once at first, and then I realized I completely ignored perspective. So thankfully I remembered to go back and to fix that, but literally the only reason I remembered to fix the perspective of them was because I saw that they weren't aligned with the top of the poster, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot to warp them correctly. I just used like a free texture from the asset store. God, the asset store is my best friend, okay? I used a 3D police hat as a reference for from the asset store. Like, I rely on that as much as I rely on air. Thank you, Clip Studio, for existing. Oh my god. I have like a shit ton of Clippy left over from like the login bonus thing, because this was the first year I actually did the login bonus event every day, and I got all of them, so I feel so rich. I'm like, oh, I can buy whatever. I've been going crazy, getting little 10 Clippy brushes here and there, and little 10 Clippy 3D models of random bullshit. I don't care what your hard drive is screaming at you, you can never have too many Clip Studio assets installed, okay? It's a liar. It'll scream and whine, but you need that fucking 8 bajillion polygon model of a flower. You need it, okay? But yeah, sort of hitting wrap up time here. Really cannot stress enough how much fun I had with this trade. It's so fun to trade with people, even at my ancient, decrepit age. I feel like I'm like 15 on DeviantArt again, being like, oh my god, let's draw each other's OCs. Wow. But yeah, I really hope that Deserae likes how this came out, and I'm super excited to see what she did with Javi and Sharon. I'm just like, ooh, thank you for recommending this collab and for wanting to trade with me, and also again for being so nice. You're like always so nice in my comments, and that's the same for my viewers. You guys are also always so nice in my comments. I get sappy at the end of every video, but that's just because I really can't believe that people actually genuinely want to watch my videos, and that people draw along with me. It means a lot. It's kind of like, to me, it feels like parallel play in a way. It really motivates me to draw more for my own sake, because I know, oh, I can make a video out of this, and that way, my viewers can have something to draw along with. Or just watch. I guess it doesn't really compute to me that people just watch my videos, that just sit down and watch, because I don't do any editing. But if you do that, yeah, holy shit, you're a trooper. That's like insane. Thank you for watching. If you were drawing along this time, I always say this well, I don't always say this, obviously, I only started saying it recently, but if you were drawing along this time, and you want to share with me what you drew while watching this, feel free to post to my community tab. I try to always respond to everybody that posts in there, because, you know, it means a lot to me that you're sharing your art with me. And also, please don't forget to go watch Desiree's half of this art trade, and also give her a subscribe if you're not already. Get on that shit. You are missing out if you're not subscribed to her channel. By the way, this final speed paint, I don't know if you noticed, just completely forgot to start recording within Clip Studio Paint for the speed paint. So it just jumped straight to the sketch. Hey, you know what? At least I was recording in OBS. We take those, you know? It's not a complete L. Would have really sucked if I completely missed the entire sketching phase, but it's fine. It's fine. It's just the Clip Studio, so it's whatever. So yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next sketching. Yep. Bye-bye!